So, like most people, I browse through YouTube and I like looking at these videos about dioramas and epoxy and Lego. So why can't I combine them all? Here is my attempt. First, I create a shark in Mecha Bricks. Now there is a reason for this which I will explain later, and as you can see I can change the mouth to open, which is what I want it to be like. I then export that to Mesh Mixer and I add in some supports so that it prints correctly. I then import this into WeBuilder and I actually increase the size up to around 130% just so that it really stands out a little bit, and that's the reason why I made it in Mecha Bricks. Then almost 4 hours later, it has finished. Now on to sanding and filling, and it is pretty groovy as you can see. Firstly, let's get rid of all the high points using a small file. Then onto some 120 grit sandpaper. Now I'm going to use some modelling putty to fill any gaps. I've never used this before, so not really sure what I'm doing, but hey ho, it seems to work. I just carry on filling all the areas. Now once dry, I fire up the Dremel tool and I start doing some sanding. Along with some hand sanding. Now it looks reasonably flat. I'm going to use some filler primer to cover any bits that I've missed. Just be a couple of coats. So now that has dried, I can start painting it. I pretty much just found a picture online and I copied it. I'm not overly artistic, but I'll give it a shot. I'm just using some cocktail sticks for the eyes. And red for the inside. Now on to making the case. Here I am cutting up some 3mm Perspex glass. Again, pretty much making this up as I go along. Using a hot glue gun, I stick the pieces all together. I do have a rough idea, honestly. Now I did have some gaps, but I thought I could cover these using sellotape. A YouTube video I watched did this and it worked for them, so why can't it work for me? A quick dry run of where the shark will go, and then I hot glue him into place. Thankfully, he didn't fall over. Now I want the minifig to be half in the water as if he's getting eaten, so I had to pull together this little trick to hold him in the correct position whilst I pour in the resin. So I have the resin and the hardener, and I pour equal amounts into each bottle. These were just kind of lying around, these bottles, and I thought they'll do. I now pour them into a larger container. Before adding some drops of epoxy resin colouring. I mix them together using a paddle mixer to make sure it all blends in. My son helped me with this bit. I now pour it in very slowly, making sure I don't knock over Mr. Shark. Near the top, I put the minifig back in and I pour it in a gloopy-like way. I let this cure for 24 hours and try to stop little leaks here and there, as you can see from the pictures. The final part is to detach the perspex glass, which was tricky, but it came off actually not too badly. Overall, I'm quite happy with it, considering it's all new to me. Lots of bubbles and not very smooth around the sides, but I will try and sand and polish them in another video. Anyway, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.